Welcome to Paint Minis Live. I'm your host, Bill T, and tonight we're going to be painting some more Wolfenstein minis. Pardon me while I just fix that a little bit. But we're going to be painting some Wolfenstein minis. We've got a whole bunch of kind of grunt soldier guys to get through. We've got approximately, let's see here, it's about 6 of them that are already primed up and ready. So we'll be doing that tonight. We also have, I think that's basically what we're gonna get done with. I'm a little wiped out. You can take a look at the workout stream that I did, just like an hour ago, maybe. And so, yeah. So it's probably gonna be about an hour tonight. I'm not sure. We'll see what happens. Last, what was it? I did finish up the Moon Men, but that was off stream. I just kind of wanted to get through those guys to get on to doing some more of the box. So that's what's going on. We got somebody coming in to say hello. Whoever's out there, hello. How you doing? We got some new paints in from Monument Hobbies. We had a couple of. We had a special order item for one of our first order, actually. So we have some new colors in stock that I will be putting on the Paint Minis Live online hobby shop. We have, let me get my camera going. I'm a little bit behind. I was really wiped out by my workout today, and I just kind of sat in the shower for a hot minute and let the hot water run all over my legs, and it was really nice. I didn't want to get out. But, so I'm a little late. But we have our other camera here. What's going on, Hellchild? How you doing? Good to see you. Good to see you. I hope you're doing well. Let me go ahead and get my other camera in here so we can check out these colors. Extra camera. There we go. Let's see what's going on with you. I think that should be... Interesting. Somebody doesn't want to play nice. Let's see. Not sure. Maybe is Discord causing that? I don't know. We'll see. What's going on, Wheeling Dragon? You got the flu. Ooh. That's no good. I'm going to try this camera thing real quick again. I gotta love it when this stuff does not want to work out. Like I had all of this stuff working a little bit earlier, but that's all right. We'll be all right. Anywho, we've got some cool new colors. As yeah, I hope you do feel better. The flu really stings. We've got some new colors though. We've got warm brown, dark plum, and then there was a magenta too. I'm not sure where I put the magenta. It was like dark magenta. Oh well. So yeah. Let's take. Here you go. Here's the warm brown color. It is kind of nice. It's kind of in line with the kind of dark umber and light umber that I really like. And then we've got dark plum, and that's kind of more of a brown purple. I don't know quite how to describe it, but very interesting colors. I don't think I'm going to be using them for this project, but nonetheless, we have them. They will be coming in stock very shortly on the Paint Minis Live web shop. What's going on, Calvinoni, the one and only? Hello. Wheeling Dragon's playing around on Hero Forge. Very cool. And Hellworks is struggling through the flu. Hopefully you'll find a little bit of entertainment there, Hellchild, as we go through and paint some minis. Hopefully that'll provide you with a little entertainment, a little bit of respite from dealing with that. Still not quite sure why this camera does not want to function. I think it's probably because it's in photo mode. This is kind of what I get for starting the stream. Starting the stream late. Boom, boom, boom. I get all of the good technical difficulties. Oh, okay. That's really weird. Okay. Well, that's fun. Looking at minis you just got and eating dinner. Very nice. Very nice. Well, that is just a little bit wild. Let's see. You know, every once in a while, the technical issues to crop up. I think I may actually have to leave the stream and come back, so I'll be back in just a moment. Okay, well, here I am again. Let's see if that did anything. Well, it sounds like you might actually need a little bit of a restart here. Good lord. Gotta love it. Run a live painting show online, they say. It'll be easy, they say. Let's see if that helped. All right, let's try that one again. Gotta love the little hardware hiccups around here. They're so nice. I don't have my mini cam working tonight. Good lord. Looking forward to the Krieg release. Yeah, I've heard GW's been on kind of a new release spree. I saw some pictures. It was like a Krieg medic, maybe. I'm not sure, but I did see some pictures that they had some new Krieg stuff. And I like the Krieg, but I don't have the money for Warhammer anymore. Like it's just it's really expensive, which kind of stinks. Okay, here we go. All right, it just took a minute to kind of figure itself out here, so that's all right. We're gonna bring me back here so you don't have to get motion sick as I get this set up for painting here. It's always a good time when we're dealing with technical difficulties over here. But yeah, the Krieg stuff. What do they got? What do they got that's new? I'm gonna check that out real quick. New Krieg. Let's get some images. Okay, yeah. Yeah, not bad. I mean, it looks good. I like it. I think it's really paintable. It's more paintable than a lot of their Space Marine stuff because sometimes they go overboard on the details, and it's like, man, if I'm gonna paint everything on here, it's just gonna be a nightmare to paint all of these little aquillas or little rivets and stuff. I mean, just make the sculpt look good, and the ability for me to be able to paint it up in a couple of hours, not a day per model. But they look good. They look good. Some cool. All right, try that one again, Cal. I'm not sure what you're saying there. All plastic. Yeah, 3D printers and Warhammer are starting to go hand in hand. I don't know if you ask me. As we get set up for painting here, I'm sorry. I'll quit chin wagging and start doing the thing we all came here for. But if you ask me, the folks over at uh, Games Workshop, good lord, I'm really struggling with English today. The folks over at Games Workshop, would if I was them, I would just look at like straight volume, and I know that they're producing a lot of models, and it's like really expensive. Make the ones that are your like least sellers online only, and then or special order for like hobby shops and local shops. Make that stuff like special order, and then the stuff that is popular, make it cheap. Make it cheap. Like we know that they're definitely making way more money. If they're charging you $50 for a box of Space Marines or whatever, like five little minis, like they are making money hand over fist. Like the profit margin on that is insane, and they can get away with it because they have this culty nerd following, which is like okay, and that's good. But honestly, if you spread that even further and like made it much more easily accessible, I guess, to the average consumer, you would have a gold mine of a company. Not only that, but they have been shooting themselves in the foot quite often with like some of the rules that they're making about how you can't make fan animations and stuff like that. They'll send their team of lawyers after you and blah blah blah. Like it's dumb. It's just dumb. But I don't have that I don't own that company. I don't I you know If I ever won the lottery, I would make Games Workshop a subsidiaries of Paint Minis Live or whatever, and try and improve that because it's a great game. It's a good could be a good company. They just have some stuff in the wrong places. These are our troops. That's my opinion, by the way. These are our troops here that we're going to be painting. All of these guys. These guys have yet to be primed. I'm going to put them maybe somewhere else. I'll put you maybe over here. Yeah, so we're gonna basically model all of these guys after the one master model that we did. Doing one of these models up to a good level kind of helps me out with figuring out where I want to go with a paint job and kind of some of the steps that I want to take. So we're gonna kind of model all the rest of the guys off of basically this guy. And that'll be our goal and objective there. We'll get a nice tight close-up shot. But if you'd like it, there's a little short that I made. Kind of you can see him better, but I think it turned out really well. This is kind of what we're going for. I think it looks very nice. Okay, cool. The success of Trench Crusade is proving that there will be a threat to GW. Yeah, for sure. Trench Crusade looks freaking awesome. I'm not gonna lie. I would not mind painting 30. What did they say their models were going to be? 35, 38 mil in scale. I would not mind some bigger models. They are like huge models are kind of a pain to work on, but like those medium-sized models, they're actually a lot easier to work with. And Cal's applying wash to his latest terrain pieces. Very nice. I always love the wash step because it's a step that can kind of help your paint job kind of get to that point of it's a very nice point to be at, and you kind of start to see it all come together when you finally get the wash involved. So I do tend to enjoy that step in particular. We're going to be using our standard number 3 Sable from Monument Hobbies here. These brushes have lasted me a good while here. They've taken a beating. They keep on working for me. With a little bit of TLC, they usually get whipped back into shape every couple of months or so. But I highly recommend them. They're very nice brushes. So for starters here, what are we going to do? I think the first step here, we got all of these guys. I think they got the gray on them. Yeah, they do. So these guys, I think, have been airbrushed with their highlight color already. Have they? They might have. I'm trying just to look. Oh, wow. A couple of these dudes really missed. That's tough. A couple of these guys I missed the primer on. So we might have to whip out a little bit of primer. It's always tough when you see the little mistakes, because you can never always hit all of the right places. Like, yeah, there's a couple of places that need primer on a few of these dudes. But that's okay. We will work with this. I think we might be going back to prime time, just for the sake of my own posterity here. I should probably put some tunes on too, so that it's not just me, not just an entire talk show. I'm not as good as Howard Stern or somebody like that when it comes to putting on a talk show. I tend to ramble a bit too much. But it looks like, yeah, some of the primer didn't make it all into the right areas here. So I'm gonna go ahead and get some tunes going. We're gonna have to mix up a batch of primer. Do 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 do. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Very nice. Hey, what's going on, Dungeon Minister? Wolf Gobos. No whippings, right? Let me check the chat here. Yeah. Hello again, Dungeon Minister. Just kind of taking an eyeball. It looks like I didn't quite do as good of a priming job as I wanted to on some of these models we were going to paint up tonight. So I might actually have to go back to the drawing board and prime them. But at that point, we're kind of looking at priming some of the other ones that have been left out, just so that we can finish them up. We've got, like, some of them I just ran out of primer in the airbrush, so this might actually be prime time all over again. Let's just make sure I don't have any more that are part of a specific unit, whatnot, in this box, just so I can get them all done. Boop, boop, boop. We got like some officers in here. I don't even know what these are, like crazy robots. And then we've got kind of the heroes. Okay, yeah, so my best guess here is that we've got everything we need. Okay. So I think that's the plan. Change of plans. It's back to priming. Mainly because, yeah, I need to fix that. It's gonna irk me otherwise. I like to produce some good quality minis here, and even if this is just for a friendly project, I'm gonna make sure that I hold myself to a good standard. So let me find my primer, and we'll get working. Gotta change out my airbrush too. A very chill, says the Dungeon Minister. I'm gonna mute myself here while I decompress the air, or the air compressor, and change out my airbrush for the one I use for primer. All right. So because I usually use, like, I've got my my Infinity, the Harder and Steinbeck Infinity, and this is like a wonderful airbrush for detail. But in order to keep it clean and functioning well, I usually don't like run primer through it. It's for a couple of reasons beyond just it's harder to clean. I'm not gonna lie. It does. There are some features and stuff on there that make cleaning it a bit easier, but it is not my favorite airbrush to use for primer. I really enjoy these kind of knockoff Chinese. I think they're an Iwata model. But I really enjoy these. They're like $50, and they're super nice for just getting the job done. They get the job done. All right. Let me just make sure I have my stuff set up here. So Cal's putting washes on his terrain. I'm curious, is anybody else out there got some news from their hobby land? You know, what's going on with your hobby? What you been up to? I've been kind of trucking away on this. I did ask during the workout stream, but just for the replay people and you guys in here tonight, the guys, gals, and folks and friends, what do you think about the idea of running projects parallel to each other? So usually how I've done it in the past is just do an entire sprint of painting. So we're doing like a Wolfenstein sprint right now, where we're going to go through and consecutively every night it's going to be Wolfenstein until it's done. That's usually how I've run it, but I've also thought about, like, in the future, should I run projects in parallel? So we've got like, Halo on Monday, and then Tuesday is something totally different, some more Dungeons and Dragons stuff, and then Wednesday is back to Halo, and kind of it would be Halo Part 2, So I would be running these all like 3 projects essentially in parallel with each other, and we'd be doing different stuff basically every day. Let me know what you think of that idea. It sounds like the Color Cup Cabaret is something that might be here to stay. I don't know. We're gonna give it a test run and see how that works. I've got to get back to my artist. But we're gonna put up some cool art for that, and have ourselves a good time. Gonna have some other fun guests on, I'm sure. I've got to go and get my list of fine folks. The Dungeon Minister moved his desk over the weekend. Monday is part of my weekend, working Sunday as I do, getting settled into the new day. It's very nice, very nice. It's always good to have a change of scenery. But yeah, we'll have some fun guests on, some folks. Who knows? We might even go and we might have to give Brian a call over at Weird World War II and talk about his Wolfenstein stuff. Who knows? We'll see what happens. But I think it's kind of an interesting idea. I'll make sure that everybody knows that it's kind of an adult swim night, so to speak, on Friday. At least for now. Just heads up. Okay, so we've got our primer here. We're gonna go through. I'm not sure how many models I'm gonna get primed, but like all of these guys need to be reprimed. They're missing too much of it, and I kind of get why, because it's just directly underneath the model, and for whatever reason I just did not see it. So we're gonna put some flow improver in the color cup. I actually am probably gonna need to reorder this at some point. I'm getting kind of low. Got about 8 drops of primer in there. That would be cool, says the Wheeling Dragon. Very nice. We hate change, he says. Well, sometimes change is a good thing, a necessary thing. But I get it. I think I might need maybe a drop or two of thinner in here, but I'm gonna just add a little bit more flow improver to that pot. Part of, when you're doing airbrush priming, you have to kind of get that consistency just right. I'm gonna use me a brushy brush here to mix it up. Maybe that's kind of what we've got going on. Yeah, it looks like it. Looks like that's actually thin enough now that I'm looking at it. All right. Well, I will go ahead and then, maybe kind of make that a scheduled thing for the, depending on how many other responses that I get for it. But we'll take a quick look. We'll take a look into it and see if we can't do the parallel project idea, because I think it would be kind of nice. But it also will make the project slower. So you may want to Netflix style binge watch that if you're really into one of the paint ups we're doing here. Just gonna make sure everything is hunky-dory here with the primer. And it looks like we have just the right consistency. We're getting like really nice coverage on my glove anyways. Yeah, alright. Let's fix this guy. Do you see, you can kind of see if I zoom in a bit more what I mean by because the airbrush is so directional that you see stuff like this, and I know no one else will see it, but I will see it. And it will bug me, really bad. Because I think when I first started painting, there was a guy that I painted with in a community style setting, who said, if you can't see it, don't paint it. And I kind of get that, but also I do like to make sure everything's got at least something on it, And that definitely includes the primer part of this. I don't want this red really showing. I've got the red on the bases because that's where I'm handling these guys from. I don't have enough armatures to really do it all, to do them all up. On actual armatures. I wish I did, but I could get one of those interchangeable painting handles that have the slotted base thing. I don't have the capital for that right now. But yeah, it's stuff like this. You have to spray it at such a high angle here. And you won't see it if you don't put this guy at just the right angle. You're never gonna see this. But I'd like Brian to look at these guys and go, wow. No matter where you look at them from, they look really nice. Not all of them are going to be centerpieces, I'm not kind of shooting for that, but the craftsmanship and the quality, those kinds of things are important to me. And I think they're important to a lot of other modelers too out there. And painters, Heck, the guys that are into model trains and such, they take a huge amount of pride in their work, and they make they use some of the same paints they actually paint on the trains. The legitimate real-life trains. Some of them that have such an attention to detail. And I can definitely respect that. I'm not quite on that level, but I can still get it, What's going on, Tonka Todd? Very cool, very cool. Thanks for being here. I hope you're doing well, my friend. I hope you're doing well. So, I got a message from the Dungeon Delver, I think, was it this morning? Was it this morning, or was it maybe yesterday? about one of his videos kind of took off. I was super happy to hear about that. Every now and then we'll score a little, blow up in interest. And so I thought that was really cool. He was talking about, I guess, Elon Musk had some stuff to say about the whole Hasbro thing. So that's fun. I mean, it seems like, especially because now gaming and Dungeons and Dragons and, stuff like that, it's really hitting a new renaissance, if you ask me. I mean, I think it was kind of popular back in the day, but this is like a brand new renaissance for it. Kind of, especially with the younger generation getting into it and playing this stuff. And you throw a little controversy in there too. Always a good time. Always a good time. Yeah, it's again these very shallow angle places. The paint didn't hit the first round of primer that I put on it. Very seldomly do I have to do this, but every once in a while, I'm sure I was tired that night. I'm tired tonight too, but yeah, it's definitely the latest hot topic there, Cal, for sure. I mean, I could run on and on about Games Workshop messing up too, but I mean, that's a little bit more. Gets a little bit more spicy when you involve some folks like that into the equation. If you ask me. That's just my opinion. Just a little extra spice. Okay. Yeah, there you go. Very funny. Very funny, Dungeon Minister. Couple of spots on this guy that need a little bit extra TLC, and that is A-okay with me. I know we're just making red guys gray, but this is, this is the work of a painter for you. It's not all glam and fancy sometimes. This guy's one of our space marines. I'll have to remember how I put those guys together. When I'm done priming this guy up, I'll show you all the finished space marine models. Or space troopers, I think they're called, maybe? Not space marines. Everybody's got a different take on that. Well, I don't think it's... We will check it out here in just a moment. I want to get a little further along with this guy. The fun thing about airbrush priming is that when you pause, the longer you pause, the more primer is drying on your needle, which you really don't want to have happen. Alright, we will take just a quick minute. Let's find one of these fun lads over here. Boop, boop, boop. Here we are. Let's see the Paint Minis Live take on the Space Troopers from Wolfenstein. Not sure what version of Wolfenstein this is, but this was the completed project here. I think it turned out actually pretty well. I still have the base yet to do, but the character and the model itself turned out really nice. There weren't too many colors involved, but I mean honestly, the reference art there wasn't a ton of like color in it anyways. But I think this actually turned out very nice. Yeah, I have to put one in or he refuses to show. There's a Tesla truck in the neighborhood. I checked out lights and whatnot. Yeah, Sarah calls the Cybertruck a foreign object. Like it shouldn't be on the road. I don't know. She's got a little vendetta towards the Cybertruck. But it's an interesting looking vehicle. I'll put it that way. I don't know. Oh, did I lose the... Oh, I did. I lost the windscreen for my headset. Hold on, friends. There we go. I'm always losing that thing for whatever reason. Alright. So, yeah, but she calls it a foreign object. We watched a video, some guy was harping on the Cybertruck, calling it a foreign object, and it just stuck for us. I don't know, it's a very unique aesthetic. I can't tell whether I love or hate it, and I'm very on the fence about it. Not only that, but I'd never be able to afford one. And all the crazy shenanigans you have to do to actually get a hold of it. And there's restrictions, you can't resell it within a certain period of time, and blah blah blah. It does look like a crazy piece of machinery though. Hey, what's going on, Frost and Fists? It's a BMM Vendetta. There you go. We switched it up. It's a little bit of a prime time stream tonight. I found that my priming job on some of the not Space Brains, but some of these other guys that I previously had primed up was found a little wanting. I like turned them at just an acute angle and like saw nothing but red underneath it, and I just couldn't let it stand. It bugged the crap out of me. So it's like, you know what? I've got models to prime of these guys anyways, so I may as well just do it. I know I didn't market this one as prime time, but it really needed to get done, and if I don't let the primer sit overnight, it's not going to adhere very well. So we're just switching it up. We're switching it up. Yeah, I mean, again, I'm kind of on the fence about it. I know that there's a lot of folks out there that have love for the Cybertruck. I think it would be cool with some modifications to it. Like from a design standpoint. I think it has potential. Like something that has that look to it, but maybe not quite as aggressive. With the angles that they got going on there. That would be... But I like where they're going. It just... For me personally, I'd like to see maybe a version 2 with a bit less of the angry angles. A bit more... I don't know. I don't know what to do. I'll let you know when I make up my mind on what I really think the Cybertruck should be, but I didn't design it, I didn't build it. Oh, really? That's cool. Okay. We'll have to take a look at that. Mythos, what's been going down at Frost and Fists? What's the new project? What have you been working on, my good friend? If we have some time left over, I'll have to show you guys the catapult. It's disassembled right now. I have to like assemble it, glue it together, but I should show you guys the catapult that I cut on my laser. I think that would be kind of fun. Because, I mean, I know you came here for Let's Paint the Soldiers, and then kind of got the switcheroo into let's watch Bill paint gray for the next 40 plus minutes, which is probably not what you came here for. So at least you get some, some cool behind the scenes stuff if you stay to the end, which this is probably going to be a shorter stream than usual. I'm going to prime up some of these guys and then probably call it good for the night, since I am just a little tapped for energy. But we will check it out. I see too many in my area. Well, you're kind of there at, in California there, Cal. So that's kind of home of the Cybertruck, wouldn't it be? Well, I guess no. They make them in Texas. I don't know. I need to stop yapping about stuff that I know nothing about. That's what this feels like, anyway. I'm gonna stick my foot like into my mouth. Somebody's gonna send me rude emails. Which, if you want to send an email to the show, please. I don't really want rude emails, but if you do want to send an email, you can email the show at paintminislive.com. All one word. The show. Should you be interested in sending in comments or ideas, or if you just want to ask me how to change the oil on your vehicle, I will try and give you some answer on that. You can go ahead and email the show if you want. That's always fun. Yeah, I suppose Silicon Valley for sure. That whole area do it. I'm just gonna get some primer on this big boy. Why are you are just focused on my airbrush, aren't you? There we go. I liked painting these big boys. They were fun. I really do like the larger model size, though. It is not bad. It's a little easier on the eyes to paint than some of the, little trooper scale guys. All right. Irony, if you can afford it, you don't need to change oil yourself, and it's electric. LOL, yeah, that's pretty funny. That's funny. Surely there must be some lubricant somewhere. I'm just about done with this guy. Yeah, we'll take an intermission here when this guy's done. I'll go and see if I can't grab that catapult. I have it disassembled in a bowl upstairs. I can bring it down and show it to you guys. Just because I'm kind of proud of it. Just a wee little bit proud of myself. Mind you, I didn't design this. I just cut it out, but still it was something that I hadn't done before. Oh, went a little heavy there, that's alright. I'm gonna just make sure to try and miss that spot next time we come around. The next pass, so to speak. This guy has some hidden spots, though, that are hard to hit with the airbrush. It's kind of getting on my nerves. That's alright. You know, but to be honest, I feel like you could even have a service for painting these board game pieces that come out in this, like, whatever it is. And it's like, you know, this plastic, whatever this colored plastic is, just change them to gray. Or, you know, you get two colors. You get, like, you know, or like just prime them. You know, so if somebody wanted to paint them in the future, they could. But I bet you some folks might pay you some money for that. Not sure. Just because that red is abhorrent. Holy man. I'm gonna do our best here to make sure we don't have to go over this guy again later. Not gonna lie, I'm not a fan of these little bricks. I have to essentially just flood the area with primer and like try to get it to get the air pressure to blow it in between the little bricks. And it's not, it's because that groove it's thin and it's deep. It's really pressed in there. It's not my favorite thing to do because you'll end up with like spider webbing that shows up around the model. And spider webbing is kind of when you take paint or primer or something and you spray it on the model and you put too much of it on in one place, and then since it's liquid it just spreads out and kind of looks like a spider web, or like somebody, you know, like a drop of liquid went on there and just got sprayed everywhere. It's just not as clean as I like. But well, this guy's looking real nice. We got, oh shoot, I see we're gonna play Billy Butterfingers tonight. There we go. Quicker with a brush on primer, probably. I just like the finish of the airbrush a bit too much. I'm a schnob. Just a wee bit of a schnob. Exactly, Dungeon Minister. Yeah, oh, let's see. Yeah, there you go, this one. Sometimes I want to take model makers out to the woodshed. You know, I was watching a lady, she's a 3D artist. She designs models. And, like, that's her job. And I thought it was absolutely captivating watching her design models. And we all kind of know I have a thing for models here. But I was watching her stream today, and it was really cool. Not gonna lie. But she was talking about how she constantly has to think about painting it because she really only uses speed paints because she learns and spends her time with, creating the thing. Not necessarily painting it. That's not her MO. Her thing is, make the skeleton dragon because, I'm a modeler. I make the models, right? And which I totally understand and I get, but the fact that she literally designs with painting in mind, that is huge to me. I think all people doing tabletop model making stuff or designing, whatever you want to call this, should take a note from that lady. Design it with a painter in mind. They will thank you. You'll probably end up selling more models because of it. Because happy painters will buy models. We're just getting our airbrush cleaned out here real quick. Just running some water through it. Looks like... There we go. Cool beans. So now that we're all cleaned up and ready to go. What's going on? Wave of mutilation. You're just in time. I'm about to go and take a quick break here. And I bet they sell. They make them bright red, so you have to buy the primer. Nice, yeah. After getting white primer from Pro Curl, it's the best. They make some good stuff. I've really been liking. I don't use a ton of white primer. I think I just got some. Yeah, I just got some white primer from Pro Curl for the hobby shop. But I've really been liking their dark neutral gray, and that's kind of what I prime everything in because you can go darker or lighter, and it's a nice in between. Woot woot, he's still alive. Indeed. Spider webbing is the worst. I hate it. The texture it causes. Yeah. And then you gotta try and feather that out with your airbrush, and trying to get it to flatten out again. That's always the best part. It sounds like he had something to do with his some honeydew thing going on. Anyways, I'm gonna go ahead here real quick, and I'm gonna go and grab that trebuchet or catapult that I've got. So I'll be right back. How do I? We're gonna do let's see, where do I find that? Design. No, we don't need that. We're gonna, there we go. Boop. We'll be right back. All right, friends. Give me just 2 moments. Here I am. All right. So we are back. Let me change this out here so we can check out this trebuchet. Do. Boopity boop. I've got it in a bowl right now because I had it assembled at one point and then I was like, I should disassemble it and like glue it all together. But we could kind of get it back into. Hey, what's going on, Collecting Chaos? I'm glad you're here. It's good to see you again. I really want to talk to you on Discord there, Collecting Chaos. I don't know if you're around on Discord, but I'd really like to figure out a way I can contact you. So let me know. Got some cool and exciting stuff to show you. That I think you'd be interested in. So this right here is the trebuchet arm. And apparently you're supposed to be able to put a rubber band through all. I don't think I'm actually going to put a rubber band through it, but apparently you can use, like, this actually functions. But this is the arm of the trebuchet. Or catapult. I'm not sure what this would be classified as. So we'll put this guy kind of off to the side. There we go. And we've got kind of the main body here. I think it goes like this if I remember right. Yeah, and then that goes through there. This comes through here. This is where you're supposed to like wind it up, I think. And then this guy goes like that. Okay. And then it's got like some little wheelies. These the like little wheel guys. So you can put them on the bottom. And again, this isn't actually, you know, I don't have it glued together because I want to paint it. Oh, shoot. But yeah, so you got some like wheels going on here that go on the bottom. But anywho, essentially, this guy comes and sticks right through here and through here. And you have some nubbins that go on the end of that, right? And then this is actually like part of the like counterweight. So there's a counterweight that goes on here, like right underneath it. Again, I kind of disassembled most of it so that I could paint all the individual bits and bobs before I put it all back together. But yeah, so we have a somewhat functioning catapult, and I think this would make really cool scenery. But yeah, so this is gonna at some point make its way to Dungeon Minister for his campaign. His characters found a catapult in a cave. Maybe they do something with that, maybe they don't, I don't know, but he's getting a little catapult. So I just thought it was cool. I was really happy. Like, it took me about 30 minutes to put it together, but if I like cut another one, I could probably like shave that time down. So that's kind of cool. Shouldn't need a rubber band. I think it's just to make it function. That was what it was kind of marketed, but this was like actually the counterweight part of it. And it goes like right here on there. There's a set of pieces that allow it to kind of hang on there. But I think it's just, you know, it's kind of interesting how all of this came from just little pieces of wood. So yeah, I thought that was kind of cool. I will glue it together and we will I'll paint it and then glue it together. But so yeah, that was kind of a neat little thing I wanted to show off and kind of let you guys see behind the scenes, since I did kind of give you the runaround. Oh yeah. Your friends found a catapult in the cave, so I thought may as well. Arming ministers is a thing. So the dungeon minister, are you going crusading with a catapult or a trebuchet? I mean. Yeah, Collecting Chaos. Let me know if there's a way I can get a hold of you. I've got some questions for you, and I really want to show a couple of things to you. Is Bill Santa? No, I'm not Santa. I do have some white in my beard that's starting to come in, but I can guarantee you I'm not Santa. A cleric can use it. There you go. So, what else do I have on the chopping block for like unique projects and stuff? Well, so Bill's smuggling arms now. So that was like the first one that I made. I'm gonna cut another one, and then what I think we're gonna do is we're gonna have one that's like an unadulterated, you know, kind of your standard trebuchet, and then we're gonna have another that's like done up with this wonderful box of skulls that we got from Calvinoni, the one and only. So we've got all of these beautiful like skull bits and stuff. Could you imagine? Like, we'll take like, I don't know, maybe there's a way I could stick this weird looking alien one on the end of it or something, you know, like make it Horde of the Damnified and like really decorate it up in just a ton of skulls. I think that'd be really cool. So yeah, thanks again, Cal, for the box of skulls. I've had so many ideas for them, and none of them really felt like, I could put them on like the Warlord Titan. That doesn't really fit. I could put them on like, I don't know, maybe some Warhammer stuff. Nah, this needs to be more prestigious. I think a trebuchet would do this box of skulls justice. I think that is, you know, a custom trebuchet would be a fine use of that box of skulls. Yeah, put the big skulls on the counterweight. Yeah, that's a good idea. I really should. You've got some dead animal bits too. Lives up north, check. Ruin the belly like a bowl full of jelly. Yeah. Very, very nice, Dungeon Minister. Good lord. This guy's on a roll. Collecting chaos. I built I'm just catching up on the chat a little bit here while we're just yakking. I built a model catapult once that worked. It was 9 inches tall and tossed a... Whoa! A 3/4 inch nut, 40 feet. That's impressive for the size of that. That's pretty cool. Instagram is the easiest way to get a hold of me. Okay. I think there's a feature on Instagram where we can talk to each other privately, right? Let me know. I'm not huge on Instagram yet. I was gonna be, but things changed a little bit. If you shake 'em, jelly beans come out. Yes. Yes. Yeah, for sure. I'll definitely save some for like putting on the base of stuff. I don't plan on using all of them, but I think we're definitely decking out some of those more unique skulls that are in there. We're putting there, and the small skulls for ammunition. Yes, some of them. You'll get some. There's enough to share with. Let's see how many. I mean, some of them were used, like not a ton of them though, but like 340 skulls in total. I mean, some of these guys were used, but like I'm pretty sure there's still a couple hundred skulls in here. If I can, come on, open the box. There we go. I'm not good at opening these kinds of flippy boxes. But yeah, we have a ton of skulls. Oh, you know what? I don't even think they were used. I think they just kind of fell off. Yeah, there's a couple of them like kind of missing, but I mean, there's like hundreds and hundreds of skulls in here. Good lord. I think we're gonna have more than enough ammunition for you. I mean, just look at that beautiful rack of skulls. Skull for the Skull Throne, right? Or what is it? Yeah, Skull for the Skull Throne, Blood for the Blood God. Just a wonderful gift, though. That's very nice. That's complete. Okay. I think Oh, they are. Okay, there's just a bunch of skulls at the bottom of the box. Whoops. I just looked at the bottom. I was like, well, if it's complete, did they just fall? Yeah, they did fall to the bottom of the box. Yeah, okay, cool. I'll get with you on there collecting chaos. We'll start talking on there. Let me know you're on Discord and I could pop on. Okay. Okay, cool. Yeah. Yeah, let's do that. Well, thank you very much again for the wonderful gift. We're trucking along pretty well on this Wolfenstein project, I'm not gonna lie. This was pretty daunting at first, but some of the biggest hurdles and some of the biggest models are now out of the way, and that's got me feeling much more easy about it. We've got a whole squad that's basically done. Doing the grunt ones is always the hardest. Like, I can do character models pretty easy because you can, like, you know, when you do one and then the next one's different, and it feels, you know, a bit more, it feels like you're progressing a bit more, but but anyways, doing the character model part of it, and having them all be different is something that I find a little bit more refreshing than doing like the batch painting stuff. And although that is, you know, half of what you would do on the tabletop, especially wargaming and, you know, doing the painting part of it, but I like a little bit of variety, you know. It keeps me sharp too. Doing the Wolfenstein stuff has really kind of let me get back into some of that grimy kind of grimdark 40k stuff that I really like doing. Although for like previously, before I was working on the website and went dark for like 8 months, I was doing all of like fantasy stuff, which, coming from only doing 40k in the past and maybe like a couple of aircraft, like, but that was a long time ago that I did like a couple of aircraft. I don't even have them anymore. I don't know where they ended up. But like, going from that to fantasy was a huge shift in, like, you know, the thinking that I had to put into like the style of art that I was doing. And it's still evolving. As you know, as you kind of continue to paint models, you get more and more of your own art style kind of established. But doing the fantasy stuff really broadened my horizon. I had to look at a lot of other people's work and like listen to a lot of other folks, and what they were putting out around the net, when it came to techniques, because I just I've never done it before, like claws and kind of dragon scale stuff. I wasn't really sure how to take that, you know, and run with it. So a lot of this stuff has caused me to really expand my horizons. Heck, even doing like horses and animals that have, like, how do you treat a horse, the fur on a horse, the hair on a horse, differently than the fur on another animal, like a wolf. And I've done a couple of horses now. Well, one or two horses, but they're a bit like, you know, and studying anatomy too. You wouldn't, I mean, if you grew up around horses, you would kind of know, but like their noses are darker, you know, some species have, you know, I had to look at a lot of horse models, or like not models of horses, but like drawings of horses and like pictures of horses to kind of get some ideas. But that was actually kind of a struggle. I think I've got another horse to do right here. We'll get a quick preview in. This guy's tail needs to get re-glued on here, but this horse right here, like, I'm still trying to figure out where I want to go with this guy. I have one that's like a brown horse, and I can't remember the name of the actual horse the species or like the name of the horse breed. But I thought maybe like white with black spots or something like that. So now I'm gonna have to figure out like how do I make a Pinto or a Mustang or whatever kind of horse. So and the patterns associated with it. So it really causes you to bust out. So I've been watching a lot of people that are doing like horse models or different painting styles that are more like focused towards animals. It's been kind of interesting. Oh, Wave of Mutilation. You get a gold star for that one. You get a gold star for that one. I like that. That's good. Very nice. Very nice. With that being said, I don't really have a ton more news. I think the streaming schedule for this week, it sounds like I've been voluntold to go and participate in some festivities, and that kind of changed some plans around. So I think we're going to break for the holiday here. So I would just stay tuned. Take a look at the community section here on YouTube for some updates on when I'm going to be back. But yeah, so stay tuned. But we'll kind of go through the holiday here, come out the other side, and see what's happening with it. But I'm gonna try and stick to this kind of everyday schedule. It's been good for the channel. It's also been good to reconnect with everybody here too, and just it's always good to reconnect, but just kind of have more of a consistent connection with everybody here. Then take the bristles from a liner brush, glue them in where the tail goes. Use a bit to dilute white glue to shape the tail down. Yeah, for sure. I've got his tail here somewhere. I have to find it now. It's on my painting desk here, but my painting desk really could use a clean me up. I've been terrible at actually cleaning this thing since I've been streaming so much more than I usually do. Oh, here's his tail. There we go. I've got his tail here. his little horsey tail. Oh, I mean, it's there. I just gotta go and glue it on. It kind of broke off at a very fine point. It could have been a little thicker. The sculptor could have been, done a little bit thicker on the plastic there, the material, anyways. Drill. Okay, gotcha. Yeah. Yeah, pinning it might not be a bad idea. Voluntold, yeah, you can take that. That's one. I don't remember where I discovered that. I would give some kudos to whoever started that term, but voluntold, yep, that's definitely one. Happy Thanksgiving to you as well, everybody in here. Yeah, good call there, Calvinoni. Very nice. Thank you for the holiday salutations. Indeed. Eloquently put their Wave of Mutilation. Oh, you're talking about stuffing the brush from it. Yeah, very nice. Very nice. I will have to keep that in mind. Hey! Well, happy early birthday there, Mythos. Yeah. Very cool. Very cool. Well, I hope you have a wonderful birthday, because that's very special. And I hope it is filled with many good new memories for you to make in this next revolution around the sun. Yeah. So yeah, again, with that being said, I'm doing the Norwegian Vortex here because I think I'm just tired. But I'll keep everybody up to date on the streaming schedule. It sounds like with this voluntold trip that I'm taking here, I'll be out of town for essentially the holiday here. So like Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday is the Turkey Day, I think, and then probably be coming back on that weekend. And then it's right off to basically the hardest workout sessions for me, because on the 6th is my firefighting. That's the final test. The last two that I've been at have been practices. This is the final test on December 6th. So we'll definitely be streaming some workout stuff in the first week of December, and we'll probably be streaming then too. But yeah, I think we're gonna be breaking basically till that weekend, if not all the way to the 1st. So, but I will keep all of you informed for all of the good PML goodness over here. Enjoy your holidays, your holiday. Stay safe, stay happy and healthy, and we'll catch you very, very soon. I'm Bill T with Paint Minis Live. I think I'm going to be signing off, and yeah, take care. Take care. We'll talk to you again very soon. All right. Bye, everyone.